Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. Today's snapshot is 16w44a and I must tell you straight away that I am under the weather. I'm rather ill and my voice is fairly tired, which just means I'm not going to do a lot of editing in this video. So if I sound a little bit off, you know why. Now this snapshot is full of bug fixes. There are a heck of a lot of them. I can't get through all of them. There are tons of fishes. There you go. I'm not going to edit that. I said that. There are tons of fixes to fishing, and this is because they made a bunch of changes in the last snapshot. So there are loads of oddities that are being fixed. It's not worth going over them in detail. Another thing, there's a bunch of technical changes to armor stands, which I may or may not go into detail later on. And there is also a lot of changes to observer blocks once again. There is no more instant wire with observer blocks, for example. We'll go over that at the end of the video. What I'm going to go through right now are the most important bug fixes and changes that you should be aware of. So firstly, there are some blocks in the game where when you're holding down shift you will still drop down to the block below, and they are taller than a half slab. These are some of them right here that I've picked out. The creeper head is actually the same as a half slab, so this one will be like normal, but basically as I'm walking forward here I'm holding down shift every time. So if you're standing on top of a cliff on a chest and you plummet down like that to your death, it's a little bit unfortunate if you were holding shift. So in Snapshot 16w44a we have some corrections. I'm holding down shift. We will now no longer go over the edge, which is very good, as you can see. With the creeper head though, it being the same height as a half slab, you will still drop down when holding shift, and this thing is obviously too small. You will just walk right off the edge. Check out my fancy elytra wings. When I put on some enchanted armor, these things go transparent, which look extremely cool, I know, but it is considered a bug. And here we are in 44a. You can see I've got my shiny enchanted leggings and my elytra wings are no longer transparent. Let's just take them on and put them back off again. Sometimes it disappears when you put on armor, which is what I experienced a second ago. As always, these snapshots are pretty buggy. What's different about these strays? Well, they're wearing blue, and that's because they have enchanted armor on. This is a bug, it just makes it display differently. And in 44a, things go back to normal. Do you know what? I knew about that one. It was an Easter egg that I was saving for my Do You Know Minecraft videos, and I really wish they'd kept it in the game, but it's been fixed, I guess. You can say it was a bug. Previously, you were able to move a powered fence gate with a piston and keep it open. Now if we place a block next to this, it doesn't actually close, which I find quite peculiar. If you use a redstone block though, it'll close it when you break it. And in 44a, when we extend this open fence gate, it will be closed. There you go. This is my shulker box loader contraption. We're in 43a and we're going to place down a full shulker box into this spot, and you'll see it doesn't update the comparator here, and that happens when it's placed by a dispenser, which is why we have these two hoppers next to it with an item going back and forth so that it can update the comparator and get the contraption to work. So now we can do away with this, as we don't need to update the comparator. The dispenser alone should do that, and there we go. You saw the comparator did get updated when the shulker box was placed behind it. And for the longest time, the first wall block was simply known as wool. It's now been renamed to white wool, as all of the other ones are named after their colour as well. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, there have been some changes to observer blocks. There are two big changes that I can find so far. The first one is going to probably please you if you use redstone. If we do this, you can see they can be used to make a T flip-flop again. That's because the output is now going to be 1 tick instead of 2 ticks, which means the piston will leave the block over here. So that's a decent change. The next one, probably not so interesting, is that there is going to be basically a delay. I don't know how big that delay is, but when we previously used this, the pistons at the end would have extended instantaneously and at the same time. Now we can see there's a little bit of a delay, and that this one on the right is slower than the other. That's because the observers are now not instant, so this means this one is slightly faster as there are less observers overall. I think the delay is 1 tick. If we activate this lever, you see that the blocks at the end appear to change at the exact same time. They are a long way away, but trust me, it looks like they change pretty much identically. And because this is just 1 tick, it'll also mean that it won't change the state of a redstone torch. And in the last snapshot, we also saw some changes to how air blocks were powered and how updates worked with them. So this wouldn't have worked previously. This is, I believe, powering the air block because otherwise it wouldn't be bud powered, right? So not sure what's going on there, but you know, they keep changing things around, and I think the idea is they're experimenting each snapshot, taking feedback, and then slowly getting it towards what they want. So that will have to be it for my exploration of this snapshot. My voice is really starting to hurt and I need some more rest, so I'm going to have to go for now. So that is it for me this video. If you've enjoyed it, leave a like. As always, thank you for your support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.